Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another Sanity stream, the place where you go to gain a little bit of your sanity back in what has become a minefield known as U.S. American politics. I got a spicy show for you in the coal factory today, going to be talking specifically about the next debate, Trump being set up. That's right, the moderator, a huge Joe Biden fan, and we're also going to be going into some imagery of Mr. Joe Biden with that particular moderator's children. Yes, I kid you not. I think you know where I'm going with this, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Biden, those creepy hand Joe Biden loving the childers. We're also going to be going specifically into his claim at the last debate. Joe Biden saying that Hunter Biden did not receive any money from Moscow, which, of course, the U.S. Treasury denies. And we're also going to be going into an American cyclist that is being attacked for being a Trump supporter. What insanity that someone would actually like the president of the United States. Finally, we're going to be ending with a story about what your children are being taught in the United States American school system. Absolute degeneracy on the highest level. Let's get into the show, ladies and gentlemen. First off, we're going to be talking about Mr. Steve Scully. Mr. Steve Scully, let's take a look about Mr. Steve Scully's history. While attending college, he served as an intern in the office of Delaware for Senator Joe Biden, and later an assistant staff assistant to Senator Edward M. Kennedy. Communications office. Very, very interesting. And this is going to be the guy that is going to be out there shilling for Joe Biden. So you thought it was bad before, ladies and gentlemen. I think you know where I'm going with this. This is an absolute setup. Trump is being set up. He knows it. The American people know it. We all know what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. But just the absolute degeneracy. You can't even find a moderator that has any form of simply doing his job. You know, we don't need another activist out there because Chris Matthews, very, very clear exactly what he did. It was a 2v1 debate on the last debate stage, and now here we have a complete and total Joe Biden shill, actually working for the man, working for Joe Biden. And you think he's going to go in there and not support Joe Biden? Absolute insanity. Is this the best we can do? And again, this is another call to bring in Joe Rogan, bring in a true moderator. Now, of course, Joe Rogan would never get pulled into this. He has made some inconsistent or, I guess, negative comments towards Joe Biden. But hey, I mean, Joe Biden, his mental decline is very, very clear. I don't know what they had him hopped up on at the very last debate. He ended up, mustering through that 90-minute debate. But if you don't think, maybe I'm being a little, just a little condescending, maybe it's not as bad as you think. This is absolutely disgusting, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at this. This is a picture right here of Joe Biden and Steve Scully's daughter. Take a look at that hand placement. What is wrong with this guy? And of course, information coming out that Joe Biden actually had a kerfuffle, had a bit of a scuffle with a Secret Service agent because Joe, Mr. Handsy Joe, seems to be all over everybody's girl, including little girls. I mean, Jesus, like, I don't know. I just, ladies and gentlemen, is this not the most disgusting thing you've seen? There's just too much evidence pointing towards this guy just being an absolutely disgusting human being. He could put his hands anywhere. Maybe the shoulder, maybe the arm, heck, maybe even the hip. Maybe even the hip. Not something I would do personally, but hey, I mean that's much safer than what we're going with the nipple rub going on right now. I mean, Jesus, like what are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? This is absolutely disgusting, but we all know, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Biden is allegedly a kitty peddler. But it just seems like the evidence just keeps mounting up over and over and over again, and this guy is never, the media never covers this, ever. And all of the videos that seem to be coming out from the past, they're either being scrubbed off the internet for not all-out removal, or the comment section is completely, destroyed in the up and down vote ratio. You can't see it. I think we all know what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. With that said, if you didn't think I gave you enough evidence, take a look at this. Steve Scully, back in March 18th of 2016, so before Donald Trump even became president of the United States. No, not Trump, not ever. This is supposed to be your moderator. This is supposed to be the guy that's going to go in there and be impartial, that he's going to be the one to treat both sides fairly. We all know the media hates Donald Trump. That is beyond a reasonable doubt. But the fact that they're going above and beyond, just like last election cycle, where Donna Brazile gave questions to Hillary Clinton prior to a debate. And then you know what? The one outlet that the one news outlet, if you want to call it that, because it's not. It's all bogus at this point. I don't trust any of them. Fox hires Donna Brazile. And you can bet that after this, I mean, the man's working for C-SPAN. He'll probably get a nice cozy job, a nice beautifully cozy job over at Fox News. And if you don't think Joe Biden isn't going to have the questions to this, because I believe it is of my opinion that these questions are going to somehow just magically appear in Joe Biden's hands. And he's going to know the answers that he wants to give to the questions before the debate even begins. Absolute insanity, ladies and gentlemen. But we don't expect any better from the media at this point. They are complete and total farce. They're a farce. They're all a lie. All of them. Fox, I can't talk. Fox, CNN, NBC, CBS, ABC, C-SPAN now. I mean, Jesus, nothing is off limits for these people. Even NPR taking in people of In the Defense of Looting. Doing interviews with the author of In the Defense of Looting. Washington Times, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at this article. Treasury Reports rebuke Biden's totally false claims about Hunter Biden's cash haul. Democrat presidential nominee Joseph Biden flatly denies Tuesday night's debate that his lawyer's son took huge sums of money from corrupt oligarchs and Chinese communists during his vice presidency. But Treasury Department reports show that Hunter Biden did receive the money. Trump later goes on to say, when somebody gets $3.5 million from the mayor of Moscow, which Biden responds with, that is not true. That report is totally false. And then Mr. Joe Biden used Romney as his way of saying, oh, well, obviously this is all fake. Even Romney agrees with me. Yeah, because Romney hates President Trump. All of the deep state Republican rhinos and hacks, all of them hate Trump. They're only supporting him because he's in power. Even Romney himself pushing for the impeachment. So the fact that he used Romney as his way to say that this is all false when Romney pushed for Donald Trump to be impeached. I mean, come on. Ladies and gentlemen, we know what's going on here. The Senate says on February 14, Bottarina wired $3.5 million to Rosemont Seneca Thornton Bank for a consultee agreement. Rosemont Seneca Thornton is an investment firm co-founded by Hunter Biden that was incorporated on May 28, 2013. Russia invaded Crimea in the same month. Why did he get it? I think you all know what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen. But this is just blatant and total corruption. And the media is bought and sold. They are owned by Viacom. They are owned by multinational corporations that have no vested interest in the American people. There really should. We need laws on the books for these news outlets. Because this is absolute insanity what's going on here. We already saw what happened yesterday with Hillary Clinton being directly tied to the coup involving President Trump. Joe Biden being connected to Michael Flynn. And of course, Today, we have the Washington Times coming out and saying that Joe Biden is lying, that Hunter Biden took that money. Hunter Biden, Mr. Cocaine, Mr. Leave a rental car with a crack pipe in it, Mr. Get a stripper pregnant and then not try to pay child support, Mr. God, what else did he do? Mr. Take money from China, Mr. Take money from Ukraine, Mr. Take money from Moscow and Russia. This is absolute insanity. And nobody's holding their feet to the fire. Where are the journalists? They're all gone. And that's why you come to places like this. And by the way, if you're still watching this video, go down below, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this content, because I am going to parse through this information and I'm going to give you the truth, the way that I see it. Because you are not going to hear this type of information on the mainstream media. It doesn't exist. And while you're at it, head down, go to my BitChute account, follow me on there, follow me on Twitter and Parler, all the social media sites, because we don't know when this is going to go down. I could hit 1,000 subscribers, and because I'm so small, they're just going to pull the plug before I get too big. Because we are on the pulse of something, ladies and gentlemen. We are on the pulse of this corruption and these deep state hacks. The CIA, the NSA, the FBI, they are doing absolutely nothing in terms of stopping this steal. The election is coming up, and we have information coming out of Minnesota from James O'Keefe and Project Veritas that there is ballot harvesting and people actually paying for votes. And nothing's being done about it. It is absolute insanity. Absolute insanity. On to the next story, ladies and gentlemen. A cyclist, U.S. American cyclist, simply supporting the president, saying a one-word tweet. Jose Bean says, "Mr. Dear American friends, I hope this horrible presidency ends for you, and for us former allies too. If you follow me and support Trump, you can go. There is no excuse to follow or vote for the vile, horrible man." Quinn Simmons says, "Bye." And then he's attacked. Donald Trump, of course, getting his word in, defending this man. Why is it you can't support the President of the United States? It really does boggle my mind that people can't see through this. Trump is imperfect, of course. Passing the COVID bill, passing that bill, and literally one of the largest wealth transfers from the poor to the rich in this country. That's what that did. And that $1,000 check that everybody get, that was just the carrot on the stick while you were getting smashed in the ass. I don't like him for that. I don't like him for having deep state hacks inside of his administration and him not standing up for the people that got him elected. People like Milo, Gavin McInnes, Alex Jones. He did pardon Roger Stone. But look what's going on with Flynn right now. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. We all know we have to vote Trump. And the reason why I bring this up is even despite all of that, despite all of the things that I just said, he has done more for this country than any other president. He's bring manufacturing back to the United States. The economy was booming before Wu flew. The peace deals going on in the Middle East. That's what really I love. The idea that we're not going to be dropping white phosphorus and killing a bunch of innocent civilians overseas, women and children, by the hundreds of thousands. It's disgusting. And this man is fighting back against them. He's fighting back against Big Pharma. Whoever the media attacks, that is your man. Almost every time. I'd say 99% of the time, that is your man. But with that said, let's take a look at what exactly is being taught to our children. Innocent, impressionable children. And what I really want to focus on here is this bullet point. How have your parents' party identifications affected your choice of party? Is there a strong relationship between their party choices and your own? According to your religious affiliation, ethnicity, gender, residence, and social class, which party would you be expected to belong to? But we're the racists, right? We're the racists. So it isn't based on a person's character. Let's not look at the individual. Let's just simply take the entire monolith of a people and then put them in a little box. Checkmark Republican, checkmark Democrat. This is absolutely disgusting. And you see, it's very subversive because it's not saying like outright statement like, oh, because you're black, because you're Hispanic, because you're Asian, you must vote Democrat. It doesn't say that. It says according to your religious affiliation, ethnicity, gender, residence, and social class, which party would you be expected to belong to? As if there is an expectation of what party you should belong to. This is very, very subversive and absolutely disgusting, but we can't expect any better. And honestly, school choice is a huge one for this upcoming election. If the Republicans take back the House and the Senate, there is zero reason why we should not be behind school choice. Attach the money to the child so that these schools have to fight for those tax dollars. You want the free market at work? You want better schools? You know how you do that? You make these schools fight tooth and nail to create the best possible product. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end it. If you enjoyed this type of content, please make sure to go down below, like, subscribe, share this content. I would love to hear what you have to say about today's stories. Absolute insanity coming up for the upcoming debate. Trump being basically pincered by not only Joe Biden, similar to last debate, and Chris Wallace. Now we have this other guy coming in who worked with Joe Biden, and he's going to moderate the debates. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, nothing's fair in love and war. These people will pull no punches to attain power. Once again, my name is Lucius Cole. I'll see you in the next one. I love you guys. Coltrane. Choo-choo!